Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope everyone is having a beautiful Saturday. And as you can see, we have an amazing day today. It is very sunny, extremely sunny, I would say. And I'm very, very happy about that because lately we had like a very bad and very dark weather here in the UK. It was kind of rainy, gray, wet. So, yeah, I didn't have any mood absolutely to do anything. I didn't feel like doing nothing at all. So, today is like a special, beautiful day. And I decided since the sun is shining so strongly and so beautifully, and the weather outside is quite nice, it's not freezing cold. I decided that this is a good opportunity to go out for a walk, and also I have to send a parcel because yesterday I sold an item on my Vinted account, so I decided to take you with me and just have like a very, cozy and very home-like type of vlog. I'll just show you the surroundings and I'll also soak in some vitamin D because lately I haven't gone outside for quite a long time. I think 1 week, to be honest. So I didn't move at all. I didn't go out at all. So I feel that I need to do that because otherwise I'll just be, like a mommy shortly. So yeah, let's go out. I just took out all the rubbish. I put all the laundry. I've done the laundry. So I still need to do a lot of things around the house. I need to clean everything because I have a lot of stuff around just hanging out, and they do not look nice. There is plenty of things to do, but yeah, it will it will happen a little bit later. Now, since the sun is shining and it is out, I want to use this opportunity just to go for a walk, but also, as I told you, to send a parcel. So let's go with me. Let's have a nice walk outside. Look at this beautiful weather. How gorgeous this sun is. Oh my god. I'm in love with this type of weather, honestly. Oh, I missed the sun so much. We didn't have sun for almost 2 weeks, like 1 week and a half. And it was so depressing. I'm not sure how you guys, but I'm very dependent on the weather and especially on the sun. Oh, it feels so good. And it's not very cold, which is nice. It's a little bit windy, which is all right, acceptable for me. And it's not very cold. The temperature is quite good, I would say. I think we have around 7 degrees outside, which is very nice for December, I would say. Oh. So yeah, yesterday I filmed some new reels for you guys, and shortly I'm going to upload them. And this week I have a lot of plans. Hopefully I'll manage to achieve them all. So I need to do like a very heavy clean out of the house because I have so many things just hanging around, and I hate when all the stuff are just around the house, sitting without any purpose. And I'm also doing a huge clear out of my wardrobe, of my closet. So if you are interested in buying some really nice, and most of them are brand new clothes, I would highly suggest you to take a look at my Vinted account because I'm selling a lot of stuff. Honestly, like I have plenty of things that are with the tag. They're brand new. I've never worn them. So please take a look at my Vinted account. I will leave it in the description below. And also, I tell about that all the time, everywhere on my other socials, on Instagram and TikTok. So you can find my Vinted link everywhere. But yeah, look at this beautiful sunshine. Oh, I'm amazed. It's so good I decided to go out, especially that I didn't walk for a very long time. By the way, yesterday I posted another vlog. Uh, it is about Farnborough. I recently visited Farnborough. Recently, like 2 months ago maybe, with my partner, and I filmed a little bit around it. And I showed you also all the places where I lived before when I just arrived to the UK. So if you fancy, you can just take a look at that video because it's quite interesting as well. By the way, let me know in the comments below if you ever visited Farnborough, if you know where it is and what you think about this town. I love it, although it is very small and you really don't have too many things to do there, but it's a very nice little town for elderly people and also for families. And here we have a lot of cars parked on the pavement, so I'll have to just walk on the grass. Oh, look, another car is parking here. Nice. Okay, I'll take this little pathway on the wet grass. So this was the way I was taking a couple of times a week when I was going to the gym. But now I do not go anymore to the gym because I cancelled my subscription. It was way too expensive. I was paying £80 a month and I barely was going there. I was going but I was going the least like two times a week. But yeah, it was not worth it because it was really expensive. And the gym to which I was going was really, really small. Although it was nicely arranged, it was clean, it was in a nice area, in a hotel spa. But yeah, it was really small, so I didn't feel like going there anymore and I cancelled it. But now we have like a new big gym that has opened yesterday, by the way. It's like a pure gym. So I'm planning to go there. It is a much bigger gym, a much bigger space. And hopefully, I honestly hope that it is not going to be overcrowded because otherwise I'll be disappointed. Usually the pure gym is always crowded because of its price. It's very affordable and very cheap, so a lot of people are opting for going there. So today is a no makeup day and I'm so happy about that because wearing always makeup is so tiring, not only because you have to apply this makeup but also because my skin gets very tired of wearing it all the time. So right, and hopefully you can hear me. I have my microphone here with me today. Let me know what's the sound like in the comments below if you hear me well. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the situation with my work, with my job. So if you watched my previous video, hopefully I already uploaded it. I think so because I was editing it yesterday and the day before yesterday. So yeah, I would have had to upload it soon. But yeah, if you didn't watch it, just go and watch it there because otherwise you will not understand what I'm talking about here. So yeah, I was telling in that video that since 2022, around this time, I was unlucky because I was made redundant twice in 1 year only. And I lost my well-paid job in IT. And when I say well-paid, I'm comparing to the average salary in the UK. And I believe that my salary was well-paid, although I know that there are much bigger salaries in the IT sector, but I believe that mine was a well-paid job. So I was working in sales department. I was doing sales of IT solutions. And I have quite a vast experience, I would say. So I worked in IT sector for 6 years and a half. And I managed to gain some experience in very big companies, in very well-known companies. And unfortunately, since 2022, when I was made redundant twice in 2 different companies, since then, unfortunately, I cannot find anything else in the IT sector anymore. Although I applied to hundreds and hundreds of jobs, I sent more than 400 CVs in, I would say, in a very short period of time, like in 1 year. I think even more CVs I sent. And I received a lot of negative answers, like rejections. Mostly were because it was, I believe, a standard, rejection reason. They were saying that they found better candidates that suited the role. But others were about that I'm either overqualified or underqualified. So I think it's just a standard, reason to just not take the person or not offer the job. So since then, I am still sending, my CVs to this type of roles, like in sales, business development manager, business development representative, sales manager, sales development representative, like different roles like that. Account manager, because I also have some experience as an account manager. Also, although it is not too like big of experience, I still worked as an account manager for 1.5 years, so I know the processes. I managed to learn some things. So sorry, I need to keep my camera a bit higher. So I believe that I would, I would be a good specialist in this role. But yeah, because unfortunately I receive only negative, responses or rejections, I am not lucky yet to find anything else. Although I was sending all these CVs, to other companies in IT, I wanted to find, meanwhile, any job at all to just have some income, because I had to pay my rent, I had to pay the bills, and I also wanted to help my partner, because since I lost my job, he was the one who was paying for everything. And I didn't want to kind of, leave this burden only on his shoulders. That's why I decided that I was, ready to take on anything at all just to kind of have an income. So that's why I decided last year, I think it was October 2024, if I'm not mistaken. Last year, I took a role as a sales advisor in a retail shop, and I started to work there. I worked there for 1 year, so I worked as a sales advisor for half a year, and then my ex-manager offered me the role of a shift leader, to which I agreed. I took the role of the shift leader, and I worked there as well as a shift leader with more responsibilities, more new tasks, new things to do, which I enjoyed, to be honest with you. But unfortunately, the environment was very, very extremely, to the highest level, toxic. So a lot of people did a lot of bad things to me, unfortunately, which I was not ready and I didn't want to tolerate. And although I, was doing, according to the guidelines, internal guidelines and policies, I was doing the things I was supposed to do in these situations. Nevertheless, they managed to do in such a way that I would just have to resign, which I've done. So I resigned from that job quite recently because it was unbearable. It was not healthy to stay there anymore. It was very toxic. I suffered a lot, unfortunately. So I decided that my health is not worth staying there anymore, especially that I was paid very low. Like, I was paid the lowest rate on the market. So yeah, it really didn't worth it. So now I am again unemployed, unfortunately. I know that maybe some people would say that in my situation, probably I would have to, to just close my eyes, and just try and go on with this job and just, do not pay attention to what those people were doing. But I'll be honest with you, it was impossible to not pay attention, because they were doing a lot of bad things on purpose. And at some point, they set me up to that level that I had to go through some very difficult moments. I don't want to go into details, too many details, but it got to a point where I would have to be legally, responsible for something that they've done on purpose, to which was like the last straw, like it was the last thing that I could, just take on. Sorry for my hair, I didn't manage to arrange it quite nicely for this video, and I also have baby hairs here, so they don't look too sexy, but it is how it is. So that's why it was really impossible. I'm a very patient person, so I could, I could close my eyes to many things, and I've done that. I've suffered a lot of bullying there. I've suffered, very bad treatment, I've suffered harassment, I've suffered a lot of things, but the last straw was impossible to take on anymore and to close the eyes to, because it was already, you know, on the limit with the law. So I couldn't just stay there, you know, and suffer only because I needed, you know, only because I needed some money. It was not making any sense at all, because I would understand if that would be, you know, 4,000, 5,000 pounds. Probably I would, you know, close my eyes and probably, I'm still not sure if I would have to, if I would stay there for even such an amount of money for what they were doing to me. But let's say if that would be this amount, probably I would stay there at least a few months more, but not more than that, because really I suffered a lot mentally. I noticed that my health started to worsen. So I had a lot of mental breakdowns. I suffered a lot of insomnia. I started to suffer panic attacks the first time in my life, which I've never suffered before. I didn't even know what is it. And when other people, you know, were talking to me and told me that they had panic attacks, I couldn't understand what is it, although their description was exactly the same that I experience now. I couldn't understand how it is, but now I experienced it myself, so it's not the most pleasant thing, it's the worst thing to experience in life. So it was really hard and tough and rough. But yeah, this was the situation I've been going through lately. That's why, again, I was quite absent from here, from YouTube, from other socials as well, because I just didn't have physical, you know, strength and power to do anything at all about that, because I just sometimes couldn't get up from my bed, you know. My mental state was completely crushed. I didn't want to eat, I didn't want to go out, I didn't want to do anything. So I was really in a bad mental health state. And that's why I decided to finally resign. And yeah, sorry for maybe too detailed, you know, information about that, but I think that it's important to discuss about that, and also to uncover things that happen probably on a daily basis with a lot of people. And I want to say that nothing in this world matters more than your health. Um, None of the amount of money that you can make worth your health, because at the end of the day, if you suffer a lot, you still will have to use those money to kind of, you know, recover yourself and just get to the point where you were before, if you can do that. Sometimes you cannot even do that. So it's very important for you to understand that money cannot buy your health, unfortunately. And especially if you make like very few money, like the lowest you know, rate in the economy, it's not even worth to go to that, to bother to wake up and to go to that job, you know. So that's my realization, that's my point. And I feel a little bit sad that I stayed so long and I had to experience all these horrible things and go through all of this. But at least, you know, as we say in my language, better later than never. So at least now I know how to act in this type of situations, what I need to do, and when I need to stop all of this unhealthy relationship, because this was horrible. It was the worst experience in my life, being an employee. So now, yeah, as I told you, now I'm without money, but also with my health just that got to a point where I feel very bad and I need to pay more money to get back to where I was before and just feel better, at least a little bit better. So that's what I wanted to quickly touch upon with you guys and discuss, and just let you know that I'm still recovering from that trauma that I experienced quite recently, by the way. And all this situation was ongoing, and it lasts for months and months and months. It was not like one situationship. It was like 5 or 6 months already. So yeah, it was a very long trauma, I would say. I'm still trying to recover. I would definitely need more time to recover from that. So that's why I'm quite slow with, posting and coming back to YouTube, because this creative job needs, requires a lot of strength, requires a lot of creativity, and your brain working normally and functioning, as normal. Whereas I am not functioning at the moment the best. I'm still trying, to forget what had happened, and, just to kind of get myself back. Let's put it like that. But yeah, hopefully I just, gave you some insights of what happened to me and why I was so absent, and also to let you know that you don't have to suffer that. It's better to, you know, it's better to be without money and healthy than without money and unhealthy. Because anyways, you'll have to pay for what you suffered. So yeah, that was my, I guess, point. What I wanted to say, to mention, and probably the thing that I said it, on the video, it also helps me to better understand and realize that I've done the right decision. I've taken the right decision to just leave it and just move on. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that after Christmas and New Year, I will get a job. Again, I'm hoping to get an office job, but I'm not going to choose and pick, I will take anything at all just to be able to pay my bills and, to help my partner and get on track back with my finances, because the last 2 years were the most horrible years of my life, career-wise and, finances-wise. So I'm hoping that I'll manage to get back to at least where I was before all this situation have happened. So let's see how it's going to go. But yeah, I think that's it what I wanted to say. I'm at least glad that I can smile back, although it's very hard, because in my soul I have a black hole, and my head is still blurry, and I have fog in my head, and I'm still not very well. But at least I'm happy that I have at least some desire to go out, and have short walks, at least short walks, because before I didn't want to go at all. I didn't want to do anything. So I'm glad that something probably is changing to the best, and to the better. So yeah, I'm planning to film more vlogs, because I feel that it helps me mentally, because unfortunately, being abroad, you don't have too many friends, you don't have too many people to who you can talk to. So I'm very, very hopeful that, recording myself on the video and putting them out there, and just, sharing this with the world and with other people, will help me to overcome all the stress and all the difficult situations. So I'm really, really hopeful that you can support me in this journey and in this, way. And all your support with comments and likes will just help me feel a little bit better. And hopefully, the things, as I said, after New Year's Eve and Christmas will get a little bit better. And I'm sure that if I find another job, it will kind of help me to overcome, my trauma, and at least, take my thoughts away from all this bad experience that I had in the past, and will help me to move on. So please support me in the comments below. I will really appreciate it a lot, because I need it right now the most, probably. And yeah, I already feel a little bit better that I shared it with you, that because I was keeping it to myself, and only my partner and my mom knew about that, not even my father, too many things. So I feel that sharing it, with the world is making me a little bit better, is making me feeling a little bit better, but also is freeing my, space in my head and in my soul. So I'll definitely need more time to recover from that. But as I said, with the time, my black hole, hopefully, in my soul will start to close up. So yeah. Okay, right. So I shared what I wanted to share with you. Now I need to move on and go to the InPost lockers and leave the parcel. Probably I'll go and do some groceries, and then when I'm back home, I will show you what I'm planning to cook today, because I haven't had any desire lately to cook anything at all, but because I have the products already that I bought a few days ago, I want to cook those things that I planned for. So stay tuned, don't switch the video because it's going to be interesting. I'm going to share with you what I'm planning to cook. I'll see you soon. Right guys, so my groceries done. I bought some kitchen towels, some kitchen tissues, towels, I think tissues. And then I bought 3 type of cheeses, sliced cheese, because we love in the morning to have like a toast with the sliced cheese. And also I bought some lactose-free milk, whole milk, as I will need it for the things that I'm going to cook in a while, because I'm not sure if the milk that I have at home is still okay for that. I didn't check it in the morning, so I better decided to buy one more just in case I need one fresh. And that one is already gone. And we still have some sun outside, and it's so good. It feels so good. I'm so happy for that. But yeah, the shop was full with people. It was so crowded that I didn't want to film anything because there was no space to move around between aisles. Honestly, like it was very crowded. Obviously, it's because before Christmas and it's also Saturday, so people just want to do the groceries for the week and before the celebration before Christmas. So that's something expected. But yeah, that's how it is for now. And I'm having a nice walk home. Listen to these beautiful birds, how they are thrilling. So nice.